What is going on, guys? Scrapped Metal back here today. I'm going to be continuing the series LEGO Star Wars The Skywalker Saga, how it should have went. Today I'm going to be talking about Revenge of the Sith Episode 3, how that should have went. If you've not seen LEGO Star Wars The Skywalker Saga, how the Phantom Menace or the Attack of the Clones should have went, then go check those out with the links in the description below. Before I start, I'd like this to be known about how I think things should work. Even during hub levels, you will not have the option to travel to other planets or switch to other characters. It would remain locked to only things that are in the story. If you would want to do some free roam before finishing an episode, you could head to the main menu and select Galaxy Free Roam. If you select an episode to play in, you can only go with the story. And finally, if you click on an episode on the menu after you've completed it, you could replay all the events in that episode, including hub levels. Now onto Revenge of the Sith, the episode that was supposed to be the best episode to play in this game, but turned out to be the biggest video game letdown that I have ever had. To start, the same cutscene from the unfinished Skywalker Saga will play of Obi-Wan and Anakin starfighters maneuvering around the Venator. After that quick opening shot, the first level starts. The playable vehicles for this part of the level are Anakin's Jedi Starfighter and Obi-Wan's Jedi Starfighter. To start, you are to fly to the Invisible Hand. Along the way, you are to shoot down Vulture Droids and Droid Tri-Fighters. Towards the ending of this segment, Buzz Droids will land on your ship. It would then switch to you playing as either R2 or R4 depending on what ship you are using, and you would have to eliminate 10 Buzz Droids. After you've done that, it would show R4 losing his head to a Buzz Droid and Anakin hitting Obi-Wan's ship to get rid of it. After that, each shield of the Invisible Hand would have at least one health bar. You are to deplete each health bar before you make it to the ship. If you do not do this in time, a cutscene will play of your ship crashing down like in the complete saga. If you are able to knock out the shields before you make it to the ship, the same cutscene will play of that droid having the retirement party and the ships crashing into him. After the cutscene, the same events from the unfinished Skywalker Saga will take place up until after the Dooku fight. Also, Count Dooku will have less health since this was a much shorter fight because I have added some parts to this level. After you deplete all of Dooku's health, a cutscene plays of Obi-Wan getting knocked out and Anakin killing Dooku. It then shows Anakin freeing the Chancellor. It would then show Anakin telling R2 to activate Elevator 3224, and it would show the Invisible Hand being fired upon by the Republic and it quickly accelerating straight down, and it would also show R2 and the starfighters falling in the main hangar. After the cutscene, the playable characters are Anakin Skywalker No Cape and Chancellor Palpatine Prisoner. By the way, Anakin would be carrying Obi-Wan on his back. You are to hit many buttons which would have you climb your way into the elevator shaft. Once you climb in, another cutscene plays of Grievous instructing the pilots to save the ship. It would then show the droids being able to get the ship stable. This cutscene will also show Anakin, Obi-Wan, and Palpatine free-falling. After the cutscene, the next sequence starts. It will have the same playable characters as I mentioned before, with Obi-Wan, since he has woken up by this time. As you are free-falling, you are quickly to hit a button causing you to grab onto something. You are to keep mashing the same button in order to hold on. The elevator then comes and you are quickly to hit the jump button to avoid it crushing you. You are then to quickly hit a button having you grapple your way out of the elevator shaft. And if you fail to hit any of the buttons in time, a cutscene will play of you getting crushed by the elevator. When you are out of the shaft, a cutscene plays of R2 meeting you there and the ray shields being activated. It would then show the droids capturing Anakin, Palpatine, Obi-Wan, and R2. You are then brought to the cockpit of the ship where it shows Grievous taking Anakin and Obi-Wan's sabers. It would then show R2 freeing the Jedi and the Jedi drawing their sabers. The next sequence then starts. The playable characters are Anakin Skywalker No Cape, Obi-Wan Kenobi No Cape, Chancellor Palpatine Prisoner, and R2-D2. You are to eliminate 2 Magna Guards and the rest of the droid pilots. Also, I want to mention that the Magna Guards will actually be a challenge to fight and won't die after 2 blows like from the unfinished Skywalker Saga. When you have eliminated the droids, it would show Grievous throwing the Magna Guard staff at the cockpit window and him flying out and deploying all the escape pods. After that, the final sequence starts. It will have the same playable characters. You are to hit the same button in a circle in order to hold on while Palpatine closes the broken window shut. After that, the same cutscene of the ship breaking in half and crashing down from the unfinished TSS plays. Only it would show the ships assisting the Jedi with a burning invisible hand, and it would show the ship landing on the runway and not the landing platform because that makes 0 sense. After the cutscene, the level has been completed. The playable characters you would have unlocked are Anakin Skywalker Episode 3 Cape and No Cape, Obi-Wan Kenobi Episode 3 Cape and No Cape, and Chancellor Palpatine Prisoner. After that, the next hub level starts. The playable characters are Anakin Skywalker No Cape, Obi-Wan Kenobi No Cape, R2-D2, and Chancellor Palpatine Prisoner. From the runway, you are to board the transport to the Senate building. When you get there, a cutscene will play of Obi-Wan giving credit to Anakin for helping him, and Obi-Wan saying he has to report to the Jedi Council and saying goodbye to Anakin, and that he will see him at briefing. It would then show Anakin, Palpatine, and R2 being greeted by the Senate, Mace Windu, and C-3PO. It would show Palpatine telling Mace Windu about the Jedi's good actions on the Invisible Hand and telling him that Grievous got away. It would then show Anakin getting thanked by Senator Organa and C-3PO talking to R2. It would then show Anakin going over to Padme and hugging her because apparently kissing is too violent for a Lego game. And it would show Padme saying how she thought bad things were going to happen to Anakin. It would then show Anakin telling her about how he wouldn't care if the Jedi Council found out that they were married. It would then show Padme telling Anakin that she's pregnant, and yes, she would say she's pregnant, unlike from the unfinished TSS. After that whole thing, it would then show Grievous landing on Utapau, and it would show Sidious instructing Grievous to move everyone to Mustafar, and him saying how he feels he has a new apprentice. It would then show Padme telling Anakin what she wants to do with her baby in her apartment. It would then show Anakin sleeping and him having dreams about Padme dying. It would then show him waking up and heading to the balcony. Padme would then come out, and Anakin would tell her about how he had dreams of her dying, and it would show the rest of the conversation and all of that. After that, it transitions to morning and the next hub level starts. The playable characters are Anakin Skywalker Cape and R2-D2. From Padme's apartment, you are to head over to the Jedi Temple where you meet Yoda in the meditation room. When you get to the room, a cutscene plays of Anakin telling Yoda about the dreams/visions he's been having, and the cutscene would show their full conversation. After the cutscene, you are to head over to the briefing room where you meet up with Obi-Wan. When you get there, a cutscene plays of Obi-Wan telling Anakin what he missed. It would then show Obi-Wan telling Anakin about Palpatine and to be cautious around him. After that cutscene, you are then to travel to Palpatine's office as Anakin and R2. When you get there, a cutscene plays of Palpatine telling Anakin that he appoints him as his personal representative of the Jedi Council. After that, you are to travel to the Jedi Council as Anakin and Obi-Wan. When you get there, a cutscene plays of Anakin not getting the rank of Jedi Master. It would then show Yoda saying that General Grievous is hiding on the Outer Rim, and Mundi saying his famous line, "What about the droid? Attack on the Wookiees." Yoda would then volunteer to assist the Wookiees on Kashyyyk since he had a good relationship with them. After this, Anakin and Obi-Wan leave the council, and Obi-Wan explains to Anakin that the council does not like how he is so close to Palpatine and instructs him to spy on him because the Chancellor has been raising some suspicions of people lately. It would then transition to Obi-Wan, Windu, and Yoda on a Republic gunship speaking about Anakin's new assignment and how he is not happy with it. It would also show Obi-Wan questioning Windu on whether Anakin is the actual chosen one or not. It would then transition to Padme and Anakin in her apartment debating about what should happen with the war. After this, the next hub level starts. The playable characters are Anakin Skywalker Cape and R2-D2. It is night and you are to head to the Uskru district. When you get there, you are to go to the show and meet Palpatine. When you get there, a cutscene plays of Palpatine telling Anakin about how the clones have found Grievous on Utapau. He would then tell him about the tragedy of Darth Plagueis the Wise and the power that he had to save the ones he loved. He would also tell him about the dark side powers. After this, it transitions to the clones on Kashyyyk preparing for battle, and Yoda, Tarpal, and Chewbacca having a meeting with the Jedi Council via hologram. In the meeting, Anakin would request that he go take care of Grievous, but the council would say no and choose Obi-Wan and his troop to go. After the meeting, it would show the Wookiees and clones going to battle with the droids. It would then transition to Anakin saying goodbye to Obi-Wan and Obi-Wan boarding the Venator and taking off. When the Venator arrives in Coruscant local space, the next hub level starts. The playable vehicle is Obi-Wan's Jedi Starfighter. You're to fly out of the Venator and lock your ship into a hyperspace ring. You will then select Utapau and jump to light speed. When you arrive, you will exit your hyperspace ring and you will select Pal City as your destination. When you land, a cutscene will play of Obi-Wan meeting Tion Madon and him telling Obi-Wan where Grievous is and where the droids are hiding. After the cutscene, the next hub level starts. The playable character is Obi-Wan Kenobi Cape. The second player will be controlling the Varasitil. Sorry if I didn't say that right. You are to ride the Varasitil to the 10th level, avoiding all contact with any droids. If you get the attention of any droids, you will need to restart the hub level. When you make it to the top, a cutscene will play of Obi-Wan jumping down to Grievous and saying the famous line, "Hello there," and Grievous saying, "General Kenobi." Sorry for the cringe stuff. I will get on with this. Anyway, and it would show Obi-Wan smashing the Magna Guards. It would then show Grievous telling the droids to back down and that he will deal with the Jedi Slime himself. It would then show him saying that he has been trained in his Jedi arts by Count Dooku. He would then draw his sabers. It would then show the clones landing and attacking the droids. After the cutscene, the level begins. The playable characters are Obi-Wan Kenobi No Cape, Commander Cody, and a 212th Battalion clone. Commander Cody and the clone will not be in the same place as Obi-Wan. They would be fighting the droids in different areas throughout Pow City. General Grievous will have 4 health bars. You are to deplete 2 health bars while fighting him in that hangar. Once you have depleted 2 health bars, a cutscene plays of Obi-Wan cutting off General Grievous's hands and making his escape on the TSMEU 6-person wheel bike. Obi-Wan would then call over the Varsital. Sorry if I said that wrong again. The next objective then starts. This objective is to chase Grievous throughout Pow City. Along the way, you will get close enough to him and you will deplete small amounts of health at a time. You also will use some help from Commander Cody and the other clone. They would set traps along the way which would hurt Grievous. Sometimes large objects would fall in front of you and you would have to use Cody to call a large number of clones to remove the obstacle. At one point, it would show Obi-Wan losing his saber. If there was a second player playing as Cody, you would need to pick it up. If not, don't worry about it. Once you manage to deplete 1.5 bars of Grievous's health, he would swing his electric staff at you and you would quickly need to hit a button to grab hold of it. You would then need to hit the same button in a circle, which would pull you onto the wheel bike. You then need to hit many buttons to wrestle with Grievous in order to stay on the bike. The bike would then crash and you would go flying off the landing pad. You would then quickly use the Force to grab the staff while Grievous would fire his gun at you. After hitting Grievous twice with the staff, he would then throw you against his ship. Grievous would then walk over to you and would have you wrestle with him by hitting many buttons. You would then grab onto his chest plate, where you would have to hit the same button in a circle to start pulling it open. Grievous would then punch you and knock you down. You would then have to roll to avoid his attacks. You would use your joystick or mouse to do that. He would then throw you up and pick up his electric staff. You will then need to use the Force to grab a gun and fire it at him until he is dead. When all of his health is depleted, a cutscene plays of Grievous catching on fire and dying. After that, Obi-Wan would throw the blaster and say the line, "So uncivilized," which is what the level is going to be named. I'd rather it be named Hello There, but that's not really what I'm here for, to rename levels. Anyway, it would then transition to the next hub level on Coruscant. The playable characters are Anakin Skywalker Cape and R2-D2. You are to travel to the Senate building from the Jedi Temple where you would meet Palpatine there. Palpatine would then reveal the truth about himself, which is he is a Sith Lord. After that whole thing, you are to travel to the Jedi Temple as Anakin and R2 to report Palpatine to Mace Windu. When you get to the Jedi Temple, Mace Windu will be at the entrance. When you approach him, a cutscene plays of Anakin telling him that Palpatine is a Sith Lord. Mace Windu then instructs Anakin to stay out of the confrontation. After that, the next hub level begins. The playable characters are Mace Windu Cape, Kit Fisto, Saesee Tiin Cape, and Agent Kolar Cape. You are to travel to the Chancellor Palpatine's office. When you get there, a cutscene plays of Mace Windu telling Palpatine that he is under arrest and the Jedi drawing their sabers, and Palpatine drawing his saber. Palpatine would then jump at them and the cutscene would end and the next level would then begin. The playable characters are the same as I mentioned before for the hub level. Palpatine will have 2 full bars of health which you need to deplete. Once you have depleted them both, a cutscene plays of Saesee Tiin, Kolar, and Fisto getting killed and Mace Windu cutting the window open and knocking Palpatine's saber out of his hands and Anakin coming in. After the cutscene, the next objective starts. Palpatine now has 1 more health bar. There are 2 different objectives depending on who you are playing as. Mace Windu will have 1 health bar if you are playing as Anakin. The playable characters are Mace Windu Cape and Anakin Skywalker Cape. If you are playing as Windu, you are to block Palpatine's lightning with your saber and aim it back at him, like you did with Rey in Episode 9. If you are playing as Skywalker, you are to attack Windu. After that, a cutscene will play of Anakin cutting Windu's hand off and Palpatine shocking him and him falling to his death. Palpatine will then give Anakin his new name, Darth Vader. It would then transition to a cutscene of Cody handing Obi-Wan his lightsaber that he lost earlier, and it would show Obi-Wan riding the Varsital into battle. Once again, I'm sorry if I mispronounced that. And it would show Palpatine instructing Cody to execute Order 66. With that, the next objective starts. The playable character is Obi-Wan Kenobi, no cape. The second player will once again be controlling the Varsital. You are to avoid being blasted by the clones. After traveling 150 meters, a cutscene plays of Obi-Wan and the Varsital falling into the water. It then transitions to Ki-Adi Mundi and the Galactic Marines on Mygeeto, I'm sorry if I pronounced that wrong, they were fighting the droids. After the cutscene, the next objective starts. The playable characters are Ki-Adi-Mundi and a Galactic Marine clone trooper. The objective is to eliminate 10 battle droids. Once you have done so, a cutscene plays of the Galactic Marines betraying and killing Mundi. It then transitions to a cutscene of Sakura and the 327th Star Corps on Felucia. I'm sorry if I pronounced that wrong too. The next objective will then begin. The playable characters are Ayla Sakura and the 327th Star Corps clone trooper. You are to once again eliminate 10 battle droids. Once you have done so, a cutscene plays of the troops turning on Sakura. After that, another cutscene plays of Plo Koon flying around Neomoidia with the clones. I'm terribly sorry if I pronounced that wrong, and I probably did. It would then show Palpatine ordering the pilots to execute Order 66. The next objective will then start. The playable vehicle is Plo Koon's Jedi Starfighter. The second player would be the gunner. You are to eliminate 5 clone ships. Once you have done so, a cutscene plays of Plo Koon's ship being shot down by the clones. It would then transition to a cutscene of Stas Ali and the clones on Saelu Kami. I think that's how you say it. It's probably not, but I'm sorry once again. When the clones are told to execute Order 66 by Palpatine. The objective then starts. The playable vehicle is a 74Z speeder bike. The second player would be the gunner once again. The objective is to eliminate 5 speeders. Once you have done this, a cutscene plays of Stas Ali getting shot down by the clone troopers. It would then transition to a cutscene of the 41st Elite Corp troopers being instructed to execute Order 66. They would then sneak upon Yoda, but Yoda would see them, or sense them I guess, and slice both their heads off. It would then show Yoda, Chewbacca, and Tarful heading for the escape pod. The next objective then starts. The playable characters are Yoda, Chewbacca, and Tarful. You are to eliminate the clones and droids that get in your way while you are heading there. There are also some obstacles that will stand in your way that you'll need to move by using the Force or solving small puzzles. When you make it to the escape pod, you are to use the Force to open it up and get in. A cutscene will then play of Yoda saying goodbye to Chewbacca and Tarful and the escape pod departing from Kashyyyk. After the cutscene, the level has been completed. The playable characters you would have unlocked are Stacey Tin Cape, Agent Kolar Cape, Stas Ali, Tarful, Chewbacca, and a Galactic Marine Trooper, a 327th Corp Clone Trooper, and a Phase 2 Clone Pilot. After that, the next hub level starts. The playable characters are Bail Organa and Padawan Jedi Bob. It starts with the cutscene of Bail landing at the Jedi Temple and him being ambushed by the 501st Battalion. After the cutscene, you are to eliminate 15 clone troopers as either Bail or Padawan Jedi Bob. After you've done so, a cutscene plays of Padawan Jedi Bob getting killed and Bail Organa leaving in his speeder. It then transitions to Obi-Wan getting into Grievous's ship and contacting the Jedi to make a rendezvous point with them. It then shows Palpatine instructing Anakin to go to Mustafar and wipe out Gunray and his men. Anakin would then say goodbye to Padme and depart from Mustafar. It would then show Obi-Wan landing inside the Tantive 4, where he would meet up with Bail Organa and Yoda and they would discuss what to do. It then transitioned to a cutscene of Anakin going to Mustafar. The next hub level would then begin. The playable characters are Anakin Skywalker Sith Eyes with the cape and R2-D2. You are to enter the control room that the Separatists are in. When you get there, you are to use the Force to shut and lock all of the exits, and you are to eliminate the total of 25 enemies. Once you have done so, another cutscene plays of Obi-Wan and Yoda entering the Jedi Temple. The next level then starts. You are to eliminate many clones along the way and make it to the archives. When you make it to the archives, you are to obtain the footage of what happened by solving a few puzzles. When you have solved a few puzzles, a cutscene will play which would show Yoda and Obi-Wan watching the footage of Anakin turning to the dark side and killing the younglings. They will then both depart ways to duel Palpatine and to duel Vader. From there, the same events from the unfinished TSS will take place with only a few things changed, which I will mention now. For the Senate Showdown level, the second player will be playing as Bail Organa, who would be searching for Yoda on his speeder and would be killing 501st clones along the way and some Coruscant guards. Other than that, the level will go the same way minus Captain Typho as a playable character at that time because that doesn't make any sense. Another thing that would be changed is that you could either play as Anakin or Obi-Wan for the duel on Mustafar level. Both characters would have the same health bar, and the level wouldn't have you pausing in the middle of the fight to go do some stupid droid puzzle to help you hit the enemy. That's for other types of boss battles, not for this one. It would also show Padme's body being transported to her home on Naboo. I think it's Naboo. I'm not 100%, but I think that's where it is. So yeah. It would then show Bail Organa taking Leia to Alderaan to his wife, and Obi-Wan taking Luke to the Lars homestead on Tatooine. And finally, at the ending, it would show the Death Star being constructed and Darth Vader and Sidious watching. And that is how Episode 3 should have went in this game. I hope you enjoyed the third episode of this series. If you did, please leave a like. I upload on this every Sunday. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.